In today's video, we're going to talk about the thing that none of us really want to talk about, which is a recession and how it affects private practice. And I'm going to give you some strategies for maintaining a successful private practice, even in a recession or some sort of national crisis. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly Stevens. I'm the owner and founder of Private Practice Pro. I teach therapists how to build successful private practices. I've taught over 2,700 therapists how to build a private practice, how to fill a private practice, and I'm so excited you're here because today we are going to get into what I would suggest that you do to really recession-proof your private practice. Now, just to give you a little bit of background about me, I'm a private practice therapist. I am out of network or cash pay, meaning that I don't bill insurance companies. And the reason that I'm telling you this today is because recessions can be especially tricky for those of us therapists who are not in network with insurance companies. So for tip number one on how to recession-proof your private practice, I want to remind you that there are companies out there that help your clients get the most out of their out-of-network benefits. So if you're a therapist who has had a cash pay private practice, one trend that you might have noticed during a time where there's no recession or where clients might not be struggling financially is that a lot of your clients might receive super bills from you, but might choose not to submit them. I know in my practice, this is really common and actually shockingly common, where I will give clients super bills. They might even know that they have some out-of-network benefits, but they might choose not to use them for a wide variety of reasons, right? I often find that the biggest reason they're not using them is that insurance companies are annoying to work with and they don't want to do it either. That being said, during a recession, oftentimes it can be helpful to say to your clients, even if you're not thinking that you have out-of-network benefits, there are companies out there that will submit those for you for a small fee and help you get reimbursed. One company I really like is called Mentaya. I will link them down below. They help my clients get reimbursement. I've had a ton of success with them. They take a 5% fee from the client's reimbursement. However, many of my clients never submitted their own out-of-network super bills anyway, and I've found that this has really improved my client retention because all of a sudden their insurance is covering their sessions even though I don't bill insurance. And working with Mentaya has been really great because I don't have to do anything. I don't bill the insurance company. Mentaya handles everything. They work with the client to get reimbursed, but my clients get reimbursed. I get my full cash pay fee and my clients stay longer. So if you're worried kind of about the recession and how that's going to affect your client's ability to pay for sessions, that is definitely something to check out. The next thing I want to remind you is that the biggest thing that you can do for your practice to improve your client retention is offering the highest standards of clinical care. Now, this should be really obvious, but a lot of times when we are in kind of an economic downturn, we might be facing some of our own financial stressors, and we might not always be bringing our best self to the therapy room. The best thing that you can do is provide excellent clinical care to your clients. And sometimes what this means is providing collaborative care, right? Maybe you're collaborating on their case with their internal medicine doctor or their psychiatrist. This can be a really great way to have multiple touch points with other providers on your cases who might also refer to you later while still providing excellent clinical care to your clients. Clients come in even during a recession when they find deep value in their therapy. And that really comes from you doing your part, which is providing an excellent clinical experience for your clients. Now, I know that many of you are providing that clinical care that's really amazing, and you're still saying, you know what, Kelly, like some of my clients just can't come in or I'm facing some stress about it. So the first thing I want you to do is this. I want you to think about your sliding scale. Now, historically, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I have a clear sliding scale policy, which is I have 4 sliding scale spots in my practice at any given time. And I keep those sliding scale spots for clients who make at or below minimum wage. Now, during a recession, you might choose to kind of alter your sliding scale. Now, what I'm going to suggest to you is a little bit controversial, and you can let me know in the comments if you don't like this one, but it's a tough one to say. So here's what I would say. I know, especially during COVID, some therapists wanted to provide their clients with more accessibility to their services, but also they still had to make sure they had time to see their full fee clients who were keeping their practice afloat. If you have a client who maybe cannot afford your services and maybe they need $20 off per session, $30 off per session, one thing you might consider doing is offering a couple more sliding scale spots in your practice, but offering them at less ideal appointment times. Meaning, if the majority of your full fee clients like to come in the afternoon or evening, which is a really popular time to come, you might say to a client, I can slide some of my fee off, but it would have to be for a morning appointment. Now, the reason this is controversial is obviously it's not providing equitable accessibility across your whole entire practice, right? You're not saying anyone can come at any time. But as solo entrepreneurs, we also are doing the best we can to meet people's financial needs while also running a business. So I personally think that if you have a client who might be struggling to pay, this can be a really great way of doing it. I definitely, during the pandemic, had clients that came in and I would say, look, yes, I can slide some of my fee off. However, it would have to be for a morning appointment and it would have to be telehealth. That would allow me to see them on a day that maybe I wasn't always working, maybe I wasn't, having the same amount of childcare that I had, and I could fit them in. And the way I personally saw it, again, might be a little bit controversial. The way I saw it was I was kind of giving a little bit by sliding some off my fee, and the client was kind of giving a little bit too by kind of flexing with their time they were available. Not every client is going to be able to do this, and it's not an ideal solution, but something to think about. Another way to recession-proof your private practice is to offer shorter-term models of care. Now, for us as therapists, we all come from different theoretical orientations, right? Some of us might work with clients for 2 or 3 years. Some of us might see clients multiple times a week. So during a recession, you might choose to offer some shorter-term models of care or help clients really map out what they'd like to accomplish in the number of sessions they're able to come in. The key here is really talking to your clients about what some of their goals are and how long they feel like they can come in. Some clients will say, I can come in every week for as long as I need to. Other clients will say, you know what, I really can afford to come in for 8 sessions. And the goal for you as a therapist is really being able to say to them, I will work with you where you're at, and let's try to accomplish what we can during this time. The next technique I have for you when it comes to working in an economic recession really is thinking about offering some groups. Groups can be a great way for you to still earn what you would earn hourly, right? Because each client is paying, but their client is going to be paying less than they would for an individual therapy session. This can be a great way to still offer and get support while still making your hourly rate as a therapist. So think about offering maybe a group during this time. Now, let's move away from what you need to be doing for your clients, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that you can be doing for yourself. Regardless of whether you're feeling the pinch of a slower economic time or not, I want you to be setting aside money every month for slower months. For some therapists, we're slower in the summer, some therapists are not. Some therapists might get affected by the economy and some might not. Regardless, I really suggest having anywhere from 4 to 6 months of business expenses saved and 4 to 6 months of personal expenses saved. When you are running your own small business, things happen. Unfortunately, in order to be earning an income, your butt has to be in the chair, right? Life happens, people get sick, things happen to kids. We want to make sure that if we are not sitting in our chair, that we are still able to earn money. Part of this can come through getting some disability insurance in case anything ever were to happen to you. And this comes from having appropriate savings. So make sure you're setting aside money every single month. One other thing you might want to consider along these same lines is putting in multiple streams of income into your private practice, whether that's offering workshops, online courses, creating Instagram content, having affiliate links. One of the downfalls of being a private practice therapist is that you have to be seated with your clients in order to earn money. One thing you might think about is bringing in alternate ways for you to earn money, even when you're not doing therapy. There are tons of ways to get creative about this, whether you're teaching, whether again, you're kind of developing some sort of online resource, whether you are investing in other sorts of things, like maybe renting out office space to other therapists, right? Get creative and think now about what you could set up for the long term to bring income in, even when you are not seeing clients. I really think the key to thriving in your private practice, even during a recession, comes down to one thing, and that is marketing. Now, I know it seems kind of counterintuitive, but the reality is the more clients that you have coming into your practice and the more referral sources that you have that are bringing you clients, the more likely it is that you're going to have a wait list that even if clients stay for shorter periods of time in therapy, the more likely it is that you will stay full. The key here is when clients can't afford therapy, or when clients feel like they don't want to come in or prioritize the expensive therapy as much, we can't desperately hold on, right? That is not our role as a therapist. Our role is to help them navigate what is best for them. Additionally, if you kind of along those same lines, for you as a therapist, you have to think, what is going to help you continue to have a healthy practice? And a lot of that comes down to continuing to market yourself so you have a steady stream of clients coming in so that you're not hanging on too tightly to the clients who are currently in your practice. The absolute best way to do that is to really work on your marketing. You can check out my link below for my Marketing for Therapists course. I take a huge deep dive into this. If you have a little extra time right now and your census is a little bit slower, this can be a really great time to dig deep into your marketing. If you really liked this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I create videos like this every single week, and I'll see you next time.